Hi and Assalamualaikum. So this is our group project which titled Cinema Online Booking System. So my team consists of myself, Ninurul Ain binti Mama Amir, and then Siti Marini binti Azhar, and then Siti Hadijah Sofia binti Haris, and last one Siti Arifan Anira binti Hasnur. Then, the key features of our system is user management allows customer and administrator to create accounts, log in and access relevant functionalities based on their roles. And then movie and seat selection, users can search and select for available movies, choose location, date and times, and select seat with real-time updates on availability. Then snack and beverages ordering integrates food and beverage pre-ordering to enhance the customer experience. And payment system support secure, diverse payment methods and generate e-tickets with QR code for easy access.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Arifan Nadira binti Hasno. Matric number CD23033. And next I will present about contact diagram. As you can see, our contact diagram for cinema booking system, we have three external entities. Our first entity is operator, which the operator and manage movie and login. Operator also get customer data from the system. Next is bank, which is involved in process payment and payment status to the system. Next entity we have customer, which customer can register or login, search movie, select movie, and make payment, and select snack and beverage. Whereas the system will give the customer back the booking detail, seating detail, movie detail, and payment information.
Use case diagram illustrate the functionalities of a cinema online booking system, showing interaction between system and its primary actors, which is customer, central booking server, and bank. Customer interacts with the system to log in, manage their personal details, and access movie and seat information. They can book ticket movies, manage booking, and order snack and beverage. The system facilitates confirming orders and making payments. Other than that, central booking server, this actor plays a vital role in managing overall operation, including movie and seat availability, processing bookings, confirming orders, and updating reports. Lastly is bank. This actor is involved in handling payment transaction, ensuring the payments are processed securely and the payment status in update in real time.
Next is sequence diagram. For the user management, which is the login and registration, the basic flow is the user will enter the login detail into the system, and the system will process the authentication login detail into the database. The database will authorize the authentication to make sure it's success or fail, and the system will let the user know that the login is successful. Then the user will be able to use the system, continue using the system. Next, in the sequence diagram of login system, we have alternative flow. Alternative flow, for the first alternative flow, we have a forgot password. Forgot password is when the account is there and yet the login is failed because the user forget the password. So user will press the forgot password button and the system will send the password reset notification request to the database and database will approve it. Then the system will let the user know by sending the request approval to the email. User will then confirm the approval of making new password and will able to enter a new password. System will then send a new password authentication request to the database and the database will approve it. System will then let the user know that the password has changed successfully and user can use that password to log in to their account. Next, we have also an exception flow, which is alternative flow for a create new account. Create new account is when the user tries to log in, but there is no account has been made from the email. So, when the account does not exist, the system will let the user know that a login is failed and recommend the user to sign up for a new account. User will click the sign up button and system will request detail from the user. User will fill the request and enter registration details. System will then send a new user authentication to the database. Database will authorize the authentication and let the system know when it is success. The system will then request an email verification from the user, and user will verify the email. System will then create a new account for user and send it to the database. Database will save it and tell the system that the account has created successfully. The system will then tell the user that the account was created. The user now will be able to log in as usual into the system. Lastly, from the Leggy system sequence diagram, we have exception flow. When the user input a wrong password into the login detail, the authentication from the database will fail. Then the system will check if the account exists. If the account does exist, the system will return to the user that the login is failed causing by the wrong input password. User then will not be able to use the system unless they got the password right and enter the system.
Then my sequence diagram, which is firstly basic flow. So the customer will navigate to the movie and seat selection section, and then the customer search for the movie. The system will display a list of currently available movies. Then the customer will select a movie. The system will display the selected movie information. Then the customer will select the location, date and time. Then the system displays the currently available location, date and time. After that, the customer will select the seat. The system then will display the seating arrangement for the selected show, the seating arrangement that available at that time. So next, the system will confirm the seat availability. After that, the customer will confirm the booking, and then the system will display booking confirmation detail. And last one, the system will proceed to snack and beverages process. So my alternative one is when customer changes selected movie. So after customer selects a movie, suddenly the customer decides to change the selected movie. Then the customer navigates back to the movie list and selects a different movie. Then the flow continues from the customer selects a movie, and then the system will display the selected movie information and so on. So my alternative 2, which is when customer modifies the selected seat. So after customer selects the seat, the customer suddenly want to change the selected seats. So the system updates the selected seats and confirms the availability. Like when the customers want to change the seat, then the system will display the seating arrangement for the selected show, and then the system will confirm again the seat availability. Then continue with other flow. Exception flow 1, which is location, date and time of the movie are unavailable at that time. So after the step where the customer choose the location, date and time, the system determines that there are no available date and time for the movie selected. So the system will notify the customers and prompts them to select different movies. Then the flow will resume from where the customer will select the movie again. My exception flow 2, which is when the booking confirmation fail. So after the customer already confirmed the booking, then the system determines that the booking confirmation returns a failure notification. So the system notifies the customer and prompts them to restart the process. Then the flow will restart to when the customer is searched for the movie.
This sequence diagram illustrates the basic flow of snack and beverage ordering, highlighting interaction between the system with various components, which is interface, controller, and record. Firstly, the customer search snack and beverage to the interface, and then interface requests available item from controller, and then controller fetch snack and beverage data from record. Record return snack and beverage data to the controller. From controller, interface display the list of item to the customer, and then customer select items and specify quantity of the snack and beverage, and then the interface send item selection and quantities to the controller. Controller again update card details to the record, and the record confirm card detail. And then interface again display card to the customer. Next, the customer choose to include add-ons to the interface, and the interface add selected add-ons to cart, and then from controller update cart with add-ons to the record, and then confirm add-on update, and then interface display list of item with add-ons. Then the customer again apply selected promotion to the interface, and then from interface update card with the apply promotion to the controller. From controller update card total with promotion to the record, and then from record confirm card total update to the controller, and then interface display total price. This sequence diagram demonstrates the alternative flow 1 of the snack and beverage ordering, which is adjust changes to an order before proceed to the payment. Alternative flow 1 is if customer decides to modify the order. If customer decide to modify the order, they can navigate back to the menu using the interface, and then the system displays again the menu, allowing the customer to add or remove item to the cart. The modified order is submitted to the controller, which updates the order details in the record and confirms the update. And then lastly, the system notifies the customer of the successful modification. This sequence diagram illustrates the alternative flow 2 of snack and beverage ordering. Alternative flow 2 is updating item quantities in order. The flow begins when the customer selects an item from their cart to modify its quantity. The update quantity is submitted from interface to the controller. The controller update order quantities and recalculate total price to the record, and then from record confirm update and return new total price to the controller, and then the interface display update order and total price to the customer. The sequence diagram illustrates the exceptional flow 1, which is seller item is out of stock. First, the customer select item and confirm the order, and then from interface check availability of seller item to the controller, and then controller send the query stock for seller item to the record, and then from record return out of stock for one or more items of snack and beverage, and then the interface notify user about unavailable items, and then customer modify order and resubmit. Then from interface recheck availability or proceed to the controller. This sequence diagram illustrates the exceptional flow 2, which is handling payment failure. The flow begins when the customer sell items and proceed to the payment through snack and beverage ordering interface. The payment submit to the snack and beverage controller. Then the controller interacting with the record to process payment. And then record return payment failure for snack and beverage item. Then the interface notify user about payment failure, and then the customer retry payment or select another method, and lastly submit update payment request to the controller.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Sita Dija Sufia binti Aris. My matric number is CB24075. So I will be talking about the sequence diagram for payment system. So here is the basic flow. The basic flow represents the standard payment process, where customer will select item and proceed to checkout. The payment system interface will display the total amount to the customer. Then customer will select a payment method. Then interface will request payment detail from the customer. Customer will submit the payment details. Then the interface will send the payment detail to the payment system controller for validation. The controller will communicate with the bank to validate the payment. Then the bank will approve the payment and send confirmation to the controller. The controller will inform the interface that the payment is validated. Then the interface will confirm the payment to the customer and update the transaction history. For payment system, we have two alternative flow, which the first one, customer choose to cancel the payment. This flow describes the scenario where the customer choose to cancel the payment process. After selecting a payment method, the customer choose to cancel the payment. Then the payment system interface will return the customer to the shopping cart without processing any payment. For the second alternative flow, which payment decline. This flow occurs when the payment is declined by the bank. Customer submit payment details, then the interface will forward the detail to the controller, which contact the bank for validation. The bank will decline the payment, maybe due to the insufficient fund or other issue. The controller will inform the interface about the declined payment. Then interface will notify the customer, providing option to retry with a different method. Payment system also have two exceptional flow, which the first one is technical failure. This flow handle technical issue during the payment process. Customer submit details, then the interface will forward the detail to the controller, which communicate with the bank. A technical issue arise, then preventing the controller to completing the validation. The controller will inform the interface of the technical failure. The interface will display an error message to the customer and suggest customer to retry or contacting support. For the second exceptional flow with suspicious payment, this flow addresses situation where the payment is flagged as suspicious. Customer submit payment detail. The interface forward the detail to the controller, which contact the bank for the validation. The bank will detect suspicious activity and then flag the transaction. The controller will inform the interface requesting additional verification. The interface will prompt the customer to provide further verification to proceed with the payment.
Next, we have the UI design or user interface design for login. When the user enter the system, they will get the login user interface, which they can input their email and password. There is also a button for forgot password in case of they forgot their password and want to put a new password. Then we have a login button. And also if they are not yet signed up, they can sign up with the sign up now button below the login button. Next, we have the UI design for sign up. The sign up interface will pop up if the user does not have the account yet, and by pressing the sign up now button in the login interface. In the sign up interface, users will be able to input their personal information, which is their full name, mobile number, email, password, and retype their password so that they does not put a mistake in the password before. Then after they fill the registration, which is the sign up phase, they can press the button to submit, or they can first revise the term and condition of the system um, by clicking the term and condition button.
So my UI design, firstly there is movie and seat selection. At the top of my UI design there is welcome to the cinema online booking system, which to show to the customer that this is cinema online booking system. Then the customers will search for the movies that they prefer to, and below it the customers will select the movie that available. So that means that is the list of available movies at that time, and then they will choose location, date and time for the movies they select. Then they will select their seats. There's a lot of seats and they can choose whatever that available at the time. Then lastly they will confirm the booking. So my second UI design, which is confirmation detail. So when the customers already confirm their book, the system will pop out the booking confirmation detail, which there displays your booking is confirmed. Then they display movie, date, time, location, seats, and total price. Then the customers can make two options, whether they want to book snack and beverages or proceed to the payment.
This is my snack and beverage ordering interface. The interface displays the title, which is snack and beverage at the top, and then below that have a promotional banner, which is get 50% off when you buy 3 snacks and a drink, to encourage users to explore the promotion. Then the product display, snacks and beverage are displayed with clear image, names, price, making it easy for users to browse. Each item includes option for customization, such as selecting sauce for chicken meatball or nuggets. The additional cost for customization also shown. And lastly, add to cart functionality, which is customers can select their desired quantity of each item, and add to cart button for every item ensures straightforward and efficient selection, supporting a smooth purchasing experience. This is the confirm snack and beverage order interface, which provide user with a clear summary of their complete order. Here has confirmation message with a red banner at the top, confirm the successful placement of the order. And then we has order summary table, which is the table list each item order along with its quantity, individual price and subtotal. Then lastly, at the bottom of the table, the total price is displayed in bold, ensuring customers can easily identify the total amount charged.
So here is the payment system interface for our cinema online booking system, where customer need to fill in the form to proceed with the payment transaction. So here is the payment review detail, where it show customer account information for confirmation for the transaction. It also display the total amount to be paid for the booking. And the last one is payment status, where it show transaction ID, amount paid and status payment. Customer can also make another payment for another booking.